I designed an entire computer program to predict my opponent's every move in MLB The Show and cheat my way to the top. Why? Well, I have a confession to make. Despite what you might think from my incredibly thrilling MLB The Show videos, I'm not actually good at the game. Shocking, I know. But seriously, I just know how to tell a good story, and I'm decent at editing, so my videos do fairly well. But when it comes to actual in-game skill, I don't have much of it. So a couple of weeks ago, when MLB The Show dropped the new Extreme program, I tried it, and, well, it didn't go very well. These are the hardest challenges the game can throw at you. And some of them feel downright impossible. Try as I might, I couldn't seem to complete any of them. But since this challenge is against a computer, what better way to beat a computer than with another computer? Is it possible to write a Python script that can accurately predict my opponent's next pitch and give me a massive advantage? I've wondered if this was possible for a while, and now with the new Extreme program, it's the perfect test. So, I need a code that can make an educated prediction of what the next pitch will be by finding a pattern in the previous pitches. For example, if this pitcher throws a curveball and then he always follows that up with an inside fastball, this code would pick up on that and let me know.
Nice.
So let's build it. The design will be very simple. I just needed to open a window with a 3x3 grid representing the zones of a strike zone. Once a pitch is thrown, I'll click the zone that it was in, followed by the pitch type. So if I click high and inside, followed by fastball, the program stores a high inside fastball as the pitch, and then resets back to the first screen. I can repeat this as many times as needed until the program sees a pattern and it tells me its prediction. Now I was going to walk through building the code step by step here, but I realized this is actually cheating. And I don't want to give San Diego Studios any reason to ban me, so I'm gonna have to hide some details from you guys. I will show you guys how to create a window and buttons, but what's actually under the hood making the predictions, I'm gonna leave that part out. And spoiler alert, it works. But before we get to the actual code, sponsors are what make videos like this possible, so I would like to thank today's sponsor, SeatGeek. This past April, the Sixers were playing the Celtics in the Eastern Conference semis, and I was looking to find the best deal I could for some tickets to a game in Philly. Using SeatGeek, I got a pair of tickets to Game 4 in row 3. Tickets I genuinely would have never been able to afford if SeatGeek didn't show me the big green dot saying how good of a deal these tickets were. So I got the tickets, went to the game, and the seats were incredible. All these photos and videos you're seeing right now are from my phone. I was that close. It was genuinely one of the best experiences of my life, and it just wouldn't have happened without SeatGeek. With over 28 million downloads, SeatGeek is the #1 rated ticketing app in the world. And now, with the MLB in season and artists like Drake and Post Malone on tour, you don't want to miss out. And SeatGeek is the official ticket marketplace of Major League Baseball, so they have you covered for all of your baseball ticket needs. And don't worry, I've got the hookup. Use code JARED for $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek. Just pick a game and look at the seat map. Green means good, red means bad. Or you can just sort by best deal, and boom, Phillies at Marlins for $6 a pop. And again, that's $20 off your first purchase at SeatGeek using code JARED. Now back to the video. So, the first thing we need to do is make the window. I imported tkinter or tkinter, some people say it different. It's just a library in Python that makes it easier to make graphical user interfaces or GUIs. Now, this video isn't a Python code tutorial, so I'm going to go over things briefly, but we do create our grid, and in the main function we define that it is a 3x3 grid. We also create the buttons for that grid, and they generate their own name based on their position. When we run this code, this is what you get. A 3x3 grid, 9 buttons, and each one is clickable, but it doesn't do anything. So let's add a little bit more to this code. Next, we added this function called create new buttons, and what that's going to do is every time we click one of those original buttons, the row 0, column 1, it's now going to create new buttons: fastball, curveball, cutter, slider, and sinker. When we run this code, now we have the grid, it has all the rows and column buttons, but when we click one, it now opens these 5 new buttons. The idea next is so that when I click one of these buttons, it stores the information, but as you can see right now, it doesn't really do anything, so we need to make some more changes. With this code, we also changed, we added a location argument. We just made this a little bit cleaner so that these are labeled as pitches and locations, and we gave names to all the pitch locations so that when we run this code, we now have the proper names on all of these positions. I'm going to be batting with a right-handed batter, so it's always going to be inside in the correct position here, but now if I click middle, I messed this up a little bit. I still forgot to put in the command to make it restart, so we got to change a little bit more, but we're very, very close.
2 hours later.
And by very, very close, I meant not close at all. A couple hours later, we get here. I've got some things blurred because this is what I was talking about, how I didn't want to be labeled as a cheater. I don't want to give a cheating code out there in the wild, so we're blurring out this whole top bit. But we did update a lot of things, including, putting little gaps in the buttons here, making it so that I don't make misclicks. Cleaned up the code a little bit, and basically, it's done. Again, this isn't a tutorial, so sorry if you wanted more detail, but when I run the code, now we get this, and this is the final result. So now this should always be updating whenever I put in a new input. So if we start off with high inside fastball, and then we go low inside curveball, and then low outside fastball, high outside curveball, high inside fastball, then you'll notice it predicts the next pitch as the low inside curveball. And it did this because the last time I threw a high inside fastball, it was followed with a low inside curveball. So if I click the low inside curveball, the next pitch should be a low outside fastball because that's what happened last time. And sure enough, you see the low outside fastball. So it is working. Now we're going to take it to the game and see what happens. So we've got the program loaded up. We've got the Extreme Challenge loaded up. Extreme! The one we're going to be doing is the Mike Piazza Challenge, where we have to get 2 extra base hits and 1 home run. Now the way I'm going to do this is I'm just going to take a bunch of pitches so I can gather some info. It doesn't matter because I can restart this challenge as many times as I need. Now one of the main difficulties in making this work is how many pitch possibilities there are. 5 different pitch types and 9 different pitch locations gives us a total of 45 possible pitch combinations. So it's going to take a lot of inputs for this to begin looking for a decent pattern. But after a good amount of time, I was getting a prediction after just about every pitch. So let's hop in and see how it goes. He hasn't thrown all 45 pitch types, I don't think, but for the most part, he has thrown all of them. So we take the first pitch. It is a low outside sinker. Actually, if you looked there, that prediction was correct from the last game. And then now it thinks following that is a middle curveball. So of course we sit middle and see what happens. It was a high outside fastball. So the plan is just to repeat this over and over, and the more I do it, the better the predictions should become because it has a larger data set, and the larger the data set, the better this machine learning algorithm can work. I will say, while I have noticed that this isn't predicting perfectly, hardly 10% of the time, what it is doing is giving me a very reliable place to sit for a pitch. So even though I'm going to take this first pitch here, it's a high outside cutter. It says high inside sinker. So even though this might not be right, it is where I'm going to sit, and I can tell that it's low. It's a low middle sinker. And I just repeat that, a middle outside cutter. We're going to sit on it. It wasn't, but we were able to get down and get it. And this is really how baseball's played anyway. You kind of sit on a pitch that you want. And this is not allowing me to predict the pitch correctly every time, but it is giving me something reliable to wait for. So I have noticed an increase in my good contact hits. And finally, after hundreds of inputs, our moment came. After a low inside sinker, my code predicts a low outside fastball. Next pitch, perfect. Wouldn't you know it, it was a low outside fastball. I actually locked my PCI high here because I was seeing if slamming it down would work better, and it paid off. We're 1 for 1 with a home run, a double next at bat, and we've beat the challenge. There it is. That's gonna fall for a double. I did it. I used a computer to beat a computer, and I am the greatest baseball player in the...
Lays out and makes the play.
And that is exactly why these extreme challenges are, in fact, extreme. Extreme! You see, here's the thing about MLB The Show. Even if you know exactly what pitch is coming, you still gotta swing at the right time, and you still gotta put the PCI in the exact right spot. Sure, knowing the pitch type is a huge advantage, that's why I made this entire video, but when you're trash at the game like me, even cheating by writing your own computer code is no substitute for actual skill. And to prove that to you guys, I called in one of the best players in the world, top 50 ranked player, Trotty Boy 13.
Oh, a triple play! Oh my good God. No! A triple play in the bottom of the ninth? That was hit harder than a skunk by my car at 3 a.m. Oh my God, the skunk just reincarnated. Look at this, man!
For those of you that don't know Trot, he streams MLB The Show damn near every day, and he is way better than I will ever be. So I asked him to help me with this challenge and show me how it's really done. What's going on, Trod?
Nothing much, Jared. How are we doing today, my man?
Oh, it's been pretty rough. I'm trying to defeat the extreme challenges. Have you beat any of the extreme challenges yet?
I might have parallel 4 Ken Griffey, so I've spent a little bit of time on it, just a little. Which moment are we looking at? Which one do you really need help with?
First one, the very
first one. This one is completed. Let's knock it out. I really don't. If I saw Python on a screen, I don't know what it would look like.
All you need to know is it didn't work. So just walk me through as you're playing what you're looking for. Do you sit on certain pitches? Do you wait for those? Do you chase every pitch if it's a strike? What is your strategy?
The thing I look for in these guys is obviously just like a real baseball game. If they throw me a fastball, I'm probably going to try and swing. But also, if I know I got to get a home run, I'm trying to get under the damn ball. That's what we're trying to do.
When you try to get under a ball, are you looking for something a little higher in the zone, or are you trying to do something special with your PCI?
I'm honestly, it's not a good habit to slam your PCI, as some might say, but I'm looking to slam.
Right.
Like right there, like I'm trying to go way below the ball to try and get under it. So I apologize. This is my first swing today. 98 off the bat. This is the extra base?
Is that enough?
Right. If he would have robbed that, I would have cried my eyes out.
There we go. There's the double. There's the double.
There's the double. Okay, that is not a home run. That is a 107-mile-per-hour perfect. Like sometimes you feel like you're the king of the world. You are LeBron James in this video game. Sometimes that happens. Is that the bomb? Is that the bomb?
That's the bomb.
One swing.
Oh,
No!
That was the pitch.
No, I better get another AB. Oh yes. Okay. That's a damn good take. I put my contacts in today. No! If I get one more perfect, I'm going. Watch this. I'm gonna. Oh, please! Somehow, please!
Does it count?
Somehow, please!
Are they calling it a fielder's choice?
No, a fielder's damn choice. No, man. Oh, is this the double?
That's the
Please
double
get
right
by
there.
him. Please
That's
get
the
by
double.
him. Double?
Does he have the speed?
Double.
Does he have the speed?
God almighty, almost
Nice.
not. Yo, that is a double Butterburger from Culver's. I love it.
Would you prefer to have the home run and need a double, or have the double and need a home run?
Honestly, I would rather get the double first. I think
Me
so.
too. Me too. With this speed, man, it's too tough.
Let's go.
There it
Goodbye! Yes! Beautiful.
As he said, I'd rather have the double and need the home run delivered. I'm looking at my clock
Absolute
here.
success.
12 minutes is what it took. Thank you, Trod. That was insightful. It's going to make me a lot better baseball player, I'm sure.
Of course, your takeaways today on the notepad you probably had were Mike Mussina sucks, CPU defense is Jesus, and Python coding would probably still beat me in MLB The Show.
Maybe I'll use it against you in a future video.
I would honestly be on board for that. Imagine the computer defense on Python steroids. I might lose my mind, honestly. I might lose my mind.
And there it is. Even with the computer on your side, sometimes cheating is no substitute for actual skill. He completed the entire challenge in less time than it took me to write like 3 lines of code, so maybe I should just practice more. But if you liked this stupid experiment, then watch this stupid experiment where I tried to throw a perfect game with a 0 overall player. You won't want to miss the ending. Thanks for watching.